Now at 10, a Joplin man helps residents escape an apartment fire. Plus, people in southwest Missouri share their stories about dealing with addiction. And a poll on what Missourians think about the potential future threat of COVID-19.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
The residents of a Joplin apartment building are safe after a fire. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM Shannon Becker spoke to the man who played a big part in making sure everyone escaped.
It was just after 5:30 a.m. the call for fire on East 9th Street, an apartment building housing 4 units.
Joey Burton was driving by on his way to work, smelled smoke.
I pulled over there and sure enough there was flames coming out the roof. So I just jumped out and started beating on doors, telling people they need to get out. Smoke was coming out the doors. They was coughing and carrying on, but I'm just glad I was able to get them out.
Burton was treated at the scene for smoke inhalation, but he doesn't call himself a hero.
I think anybody would have done what I done. I mean, it's, you know, you see a building on fire, you go check and make sure people's out.
In Joplin, on East 9th Street, I'm Shannon Becker for KOAM News Now.
The Joplin Fire Marshal is investigating the cause of that fire. A Southeast Kansas woman is charged with forgery and theft from the law firm where she worked. Alexis Metcalf is charged with 2 counts of theft of services, 16 counts of forgery dealing with checks. Authorities say the thefts allegedly came from the attorney's office of Mason and Clark in Fort Scott, Kansas, and amounted to more than $25,000. The dates of the alleged thefts range from 2017 through 2021. Fall officially arrived this evening, and it feels like it, Doug.
Yeah, it's actually a little bit chilly out there, especially with the light breeze across the region. We stuck into the 60s all day long. Our high was 70 at midnight. We've been in the lower 60s all day. Normal high is 80, record high of 95 degrees. Still, we're about 20 degrees colder right now compared to this time last night, and the cold front was rolling through at this point in time. All the showers we had earlier today, they were light. Most of these are gone. We still have a lot of clouds across the region. May get a little bit of patchy fog in here later on tonight, but you can see just a couple little showers in our far eastern counties, and that is just about it. But look at our temps. It's 57 in Carthage, 61 in Miami, 63 in Parsons, so it feels really nice out there. We'll start the day at 59, 75 by noon, 85 at 5. We get up to 87 tomorrow, so we do start to heat things back up. In fact, the heat returns for the weekend. We'll look at that here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. A poll shows about half of Missourians are somewhat or very concerned about the future threat of COVID-19. KOAM is partnering with other TV stations in Missouri that are owned by Gray Television for a series of polls on a variety of races and topics on the issue of a potential increase in COVID-19 in the coming months. 18% said they are very concerned. 30% are somewhat concerned. 27% are not very concerned. 21% are not at all concerned. Only about 3% are unsure. The poll of 1,000 Missouri adults was conducted from September 19th through the 22nd. You can see how responses vary among demographic groups at KOAMnewsnow.com. You can also see how Missourians answered questions about the filibuster rule, abortion rights, student loan debt forgiveness, and a potential rematch between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. The Ozark Center in Joplin is hosting monthly events focusing on mental health and substance issues. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
Recovery is an ongoing journey. The Ozark Center is trying to make sure people who are on the path to recovery know that there is support for them.
One of the things about this type of event is that you have people that are so very eager to share their story and to be able to share the hope of what they've experienced. And it's just paramount to other people getting well is to know that they're not alone in this. Getting people to come out and share their stories.
The Ozark Center is hosting Innovation Solutions, which is a monthly series of events.
Well, pretty much alcoholism or addiction is going to affect 1 in every 4 people you walk into. And so when you think about the pervasiveness and the prevalence of addiction in our community, what we don't focus on enough is the prevalence prevalence of recovery in our community. And we have in this area a tremendous amount of support groups and recovery groups.
Giving people a space to share their journey with recovery reminds them why they are on this path.
I'd just like to let folks know that there's hope and there's help out there, and there's a lot of people probably watching this evening that think that they're all alone, but that's just not the case. There are hundreds of people that are ready to help, and we're here, and so we hope that you reach out.
The camaraderie among the members are strong. Despite their backgrounds, everyone has the common goal: recovery.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I've been on this road for about 7 years now, and so slowly but surely, but you know, when you just relax and begin to tell what's happened for you, it just seems to be something that, like I say, that feeds on itself.
Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Next month's event will be focused on living with autism. A mental health crisis can happen to anyone at any time. For a lot of veterans, it's common to isolate themselves and battle with thoughts by themselves without seeking help. Well, the Joplin-based Veteran Integration Program, also known as VIP, helps veterans in the area work with other community groups. The program provides help for veterans with physical as well as mental health issues. Roger Koch, a veteran and military liaison for the VIP program, says it's important for veterans to get past the reluctance to seek help.
We at the Ozark Center like to think of it as building that network, and we want to be part of the team just to get veterans kind of integrated into society, back into the community, meet some other veterans, and it gives them kind of a way to build their camaraderie back.
Koch encourages people to reach out and talk to veterans as they can have extraordinary experiences. The new National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is a 3-digit dialing code, 988. The Neosho Arts Council's Big Spring Gallery is hosting work from a native son. It's the 27th year of the annual Thomas Hart Benton Art Competition and Exhibition. Officials say it's a chance for aspiring artists to show off their skills in a competition setting.
We get to know the painters in the area, and they are from some of the Joplin organizations, from JREC members, and this year was interesting. We had a lot of new people that were not our regular artists. We have some of those too.
Thomas Hart Benton was born in Neosho, 1889. The exhibit's going to be open through October at the Neosho Chamber of Commerce. Coming up, Habitat for Humanity in Neosho builds 2 new energy-efficient homes, plus a celebration for truckers in southwest Missouri. The Neosho Area Habitat for Humanity partnered with the National Ready Mixed Concrete Association's Build with Strength Coalition to construct 2 unique homes. KOAM's Shagun Bamadelli has more about what makes them different.
The Neosho Area Habitat for Humanity and the National Ready Mixed Concrete Association teamed up to build 2 affordable homes in Neosho. The projects represent the first Neosho Habitat homes to use insulated concrete forms.
These are styrofoam and plastic forms that go up much like Lego blocks. They're hollow. Once the walls of the home are built, then concrete is poured inside those homes to make a very strong, a very energy efficient home.
Coalition member Greg Lewis says these homes will reduce energy costs for the residents.
It's typically better than 50% reduction in energy costs to heat and cool one of these ICF and concrete homes.
As you can see right behind me, there's a lot of construction and volunteers here. Officials tell me that most of the volunteers here are from high school and Crowder College, who are using and seizing this opportunity to get real-world experience and also some school credit.
We as the ICF manufacturers have also come into this organization through the partnership with our association, the ICFMA, and so we are donating our time and effort to help get these projects accomplished.
There's been a lot of them. They've been absolutely invaluable. So they are, they're volunteers, but they are also getting school credit for this as well.
Jamie Speck is a single mother and an elementary school teacher moving into one of these homes. She says she is very grateful.
It's amazing. We're so excited, and it's been a process, and it's usually like these really exciting things don't happen all the time, and it's thrilling.
In Neosho, Shagumamdele, KOAM News.
Habitat for Humanity has built 18 affordable homes in Neosho. McDonald County High School is going to open their new little theater to the public tomorrow. That theater will pay homage to local actor Dabbs Greer. Greer was born in McDonald County, raised in Anderson, Missouri. He was a mainstay in Hollywood as a character actor from the 1950s all the way into the 2000s. In celebration of the actor, every Friday they're going to perform a variety of shows called DG Fridays.
We will have an impersonator be Dabbs Greer. He will host the evening each night. And then we will have it'll be a variety show where we'll have many different things. They will do scenes, they will do poems, they will do songs, they will do one acts.
The first show is going to be tomorrow at 6 p.m. with its theme, It's a Small World. Tickets for dinner and a show are $12. Tickets for just the show are $5. Joplin 44 Petro showed their appreciation for truckers today with a Truckers Jamboree. The Jamboree lasted for 10 hours, featured a variety of things to do, ranging from a cookout to live music, a petting zoo. To some drivers, driving a truck is more than just a job.
Started in 1998 when I was 18 years old, got my CDL. Went on the road when I was 21, bought my first rig, and between now and then, owned probably 10 of them, and now I get to do this for fun. So.
The Jamboree ran from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. A little bit later, some area kids wrap up their school experience experimenting by letting butterflies go free.
Plus a chilly night tonight, but we start to heat back up. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a chilly day for us today. After record highs yesterday, today we sat into lower 60s most of the day. We had the clouds, we had the light showers across the region. Still at least partly cloudy skies for us right now. Here's a live shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, check this out. 99 yesterday. It was super hot for any time of the year. Cold front rolled through, temperatures took a dive all the way into the 50s. We've sat into lower 60s most of the day. We had a high today of 70, but that was a midnight high. Look at our temps right now. 60 in Neosho, 62, Nevada 59 in Lamar. We have 60 Iola, 62 in Nowata. We're going to drop off a few more degrees as we go through the overnight hours. Humidity is a little bit high, winds are backing down, so we could get a little bit of patchy fog out there, so watch that if you are going to be on the roadways tonight. If we look at the past couple hours, you can still see a few little sprinkles, far eastern counties, but everybody else we're dry. You can still see the clouds across the region, but breaking up a bit, especially extreme southeastern Kansas, northeastern parts of Oklahoma. So partly cloudy skies for us tonight. Rain still tracking north Kansas City up toward Iowa, out across western parts of Kansas. This wave is mainly going to shoot toward Topeka, Lawrence, and Kansas City, but it's going to clip our northern counties as we go into the morning hours for us tomorrow. So let's go through time. We'll stop at 6:30. Random showers, far northern counties. Everybody in general looks pretty good. By the noon hour, I think we're going to be warming into the mid-70s. Anderson, 76, 77 in Miami. But our northern counties hold into the 60s with these hit-miss light little showers. Yates Center, Chanute, Fort Scott, Nevada, and then points northward from there. As we get into the afternoon, we are going to have some clouds. I think from Joplin south, you get at least 85. Northern counties where the clouds are a little thicker, upper 70s to near 80 degrees. As we go into the evening hours, we are going to have a lot of clouds, but it looks okay. And then late tomorrow night into Saturday morning, we may get a hit or miss quick little shower, but in general, it looks pretty good. Saturday afternoon really starts to heat back up. Most of us go back into the low to mid 90s. Fort Scott, Nevada, Stockton, you'll hang out near 90, but most of us are going to go into low to mid 90s by the time Saturday afternoon rolls around. All right, here's your day planner. 59, so a chilly start. 75 by noon, 85 during the afternoon. Again, some isolated showers in our northern counties. High temp of 87 degrees. Of course, we have Fort State Friday night high school football tomorrow night. A little bit of cloud interference, but it looks okay. 82 for kickoff, 74 by the fourth quarter, so actually really nice conditions for high school football for us tomorrow evening. 87 tomorrow, back to 95 Saturday. We do get a cold front Saturday night, so this cools us back down to 84 on Sunday, 82 on Monday. Overnight lows, look at this, all next week, mainly into the low to mid 50s. So 80s are still warm, but overnight lows in the 50s are going to feel pretty good.
Chilly, in
Yeah,
fact. Yeah,
not bad.
We have some late breaking news to report tonight. Just coming in from the Crawford County Sheriff's Office, authorities say at around 7 tonight they responded to reports of gunshots at the Whispering Pines mobile home park in Pittsburgh. They've identified the victim as 34-year-old Anthony Hogue of Pittsburgh. He was taken to the hospital. No word on his condition. Now, they say the suspect was driving a silver Chevy Malibu with tags 177PAT. Again, a silver Chevy Malibu 177PAT is the license number. It was last seen going south from Quincy Street on US 69 highway. Still ahead, the Kansas City Chiefs get ready to face one of the best running backs in the NFL. And the Pitt State Gorillas aim to stay unbeaten this weekend at Emporia State. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
The Pittsburgh State Gorillas are still undefeated and have moved up to number 14 in the national rankings this week. The last time out, the Gorillas beat Northeastern State 49-14 to get to 3-0 this season. Now, Pitt State's back on the road this weekend, taking on the Emporia State Hornets. And the Hornets are coming off a big win over Missouri Western. They head into the weekend with a 2-1 record. Now, last weekend, the Gorillas got the run game going, rushing for a season-high 232 yards. It was a nice night for running back Caleb Lewis, and an offensive line seems to be getting better every week.
We're finally starting to get healthy. You know, last week, for the whole week, we pretty much have everyone practicing, you know. So the first 2 weeks, you know, we were banged up a lot, but, you know, they say the great ones figure it out, and we want to be great, so we're going to figure it out.
I think it's a combination of everything. You know, it probably stems from actually throwing the football pretty well in the first couple weeks, and offensive line doing a great job up front, and Caleb and the rest of the backs doing a good job of seeing the holes and playing with good vision, and our guys blocking on the perimeter out wide as well.
The Kansas Jayhawks announced today they have sold out Saturday's home game against Duke. For the Jayhawks, it's their first sellout since 2019, and just their second sellout in nearly 13 years. KU is 3-0 to start the season after going on the road and blowing out Houston last week. It's the Jayhawks' first 3-0 start since 2009. The Kansas City Chiefs hit the road this weekend facing the Indianapolis Colts. The Chiefs are 2-0 to begin the season after winning their home opener last Thursday over the Chargers. On the other side, the Colts kind of off to a slow start this year. They tied with Houston in Week 1 and got shut out by Jacksonville last week. Now, even with their struggles, Chiefs know it's a good team in Indy, and they'll be facing one of the best running backs in the league in Jonathan Taylor.
By the time he gets to the second level linebackers, he's at like 22 miles per hour. That sticks out. You know, if you let him get through the second level, he's a tough tackle for the guys on the back end. Even last week, he ran over a safety. He's got power, he's got speed, right? So he's gonna be the #1 focus, obviously.
The Kansas City Royals finish up a 3-game series this afternoon with the Minnesota Twins. Now, the Royals are aiming for the sweep after taking the first 2 games of the series. Now, after today, the Royals have just 12 games left in the season. One on for Salvador Perez in the third. Finds some grass for the RBI single. Royals take a 1-0 lead. 4th inning now. Edward Olivares goes deep to the corner. Ball stays fair for the solo homer. Just his 4th of the season. It's now 2-0. The same score in the 5th. More from Kansas City. This time Drew Waters going deep. His 2nd of the year pushes the Kansas City lead to 3-0. They also get it done in the field this afternoon. In the 7th, check out Olivares coming in and making the nice grab. The Royals make it a sweep, topping the Twins 4-1. Well, St. Louis Cardinals haven't scored a run in 43 innings coming into the day. Trying to get the bats going tonight in the series finale against the Padres. Cards finally broke that streak with a Lars Nootbaar homer in the 5th, plus a Brendan Donovan grand slam. St. Louis wins it tonight 5-4. Big game for Pittsburgh State this weekend. Emporia's a tough team, trying to get to 4-0. It'll be a good one.
See if the Gorillas can keep the roll going. We'll be right back. Take time now to honor a local veteran. George Ford served in the U.S. Navy from 1965 to 1968. His hometown, Uniontown, Kansas, and we're proud to salute 2nd Class Petty Officer George Ford, a 4-state hero. Metamorphosis can be a metaphor, the growth and release of a butterfly, like children learning to spread their wings. Kids in Anderson Middle School today got a taste of that, the butterfly portion. One of the science classes watched caterpillars grow into butterflies and released them into the wild today. Not only is this a memorable science class experiment, but it can also be a joyful experience.
Whenever we find eggs in our garden, because those eggs actually are very, very, I would say they mean a lot to us.
The butterflies the students watched grow were Monarch Butterflies, as you might have seen there. It felt like the beginning of fall today and tonight in particular. It's kind of chilly out there, but the temperature is bouncing back.
Yeah, we're going to drop into the upper 50s tonight, so it will be a chilly start. We could see a little bit of patchy fog, but back to 87 tomorrow. A few isolated showers in our northern counties. Looks great for Friday night football weather. Saturday back to 95, so the heat returns, but not for long.
But we don't see any other 90-degree temperatures in that 7-day forecast. That is good. Final sports note.
Go check out episode 4 of our Pigskin podcast. We interviewed Missouri Southern head coach Atiba Bradley. We talked about a bunch of cool stuff. His game day favorite music, recruiting local kids, returning back to Missouri Southern. Go check it out on our website.
I listened to it tonight. Little Pearl Jam thrown in there. I love it. Thanks for joining us. Morning show begins at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.
Salon service